Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to King's Cast. I have a very special guest here with us tonight, Sarah Wilde, owner of Iron Barbie, an awesome young company. She kicks ass all the time. So I'd like to present Sarah Wilde. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Arthur, for having me.
Yeah, it's pretty, pretty exciting, pretty special. So my first question is, what is Iron Barbie, and what do you represent?
Okay, so Iron Barbie Training is my women's lifestyle and online coaching business. So what I do is I create tailored workout programs and meal programs to women's goals, whether it's weight loss. I've also branched out and I started doing competitive as well. So I coach women's bikini and women's figure. And basically why I started Iron Barbie was I wanted to show women the strength, like that you can be strong and sexy, the strength behind weightlifting, to not be scared to, pick up a weight. You're not going to get jacked. You're not going to get, the whole bulk. I really wanted to nip that out of the bud. I started weightlifting when I was 17, so coming straight out of high school, telling my friends that this is what I wanted to get into, I got bullied a lot because they figured that I was gonna get too big or turn into a man. And that's why I called it Iron Barbie, was I just wanted to snap people out of that mentality that, you can be strong and you can be fierce and sexy all at the same time. And just the confidence that blossoms within physical strength and fitness and health. Cool. That's what I really want to show to women.
And that's in all of fitness, that's the most exciting part, is the strength, regardless of what category or class you put yourself into. And I find it's hormonally, it corrects us. We're designed to be strong, regardless of sex. So that's really cool. That's part of the foundation.
I like being this little tiny feminine thing that I can keep up with the guys in the 100%. Gym, and it surprises them. I'll be chest pressing the same amount as the man bodybuilder beside me, and he's gawking. But just because I'm 5'1" and I have blonde hair down to my butt doesn't mean I'm not strong.
Yeah, cool. High five to that. That's cool. I really like that. So during that phase, so my first question, what brought you at 17 to the weights, and then during that process, when did you say, I'm going to compete?
Well, actually for myself, I kind of just jumped into the whole thing, which I don't recommend to a lot of people, but that's also why I'm so passionate with it, because I really had to take a step back after competing at such a young age, and really learn the balance and lifestyle behind health and fitness, and then go back to competing. What got me into the weights was during high school. Originally I wanted to graduate high school and just be an actress, so I wanted to move to California. I didn't want a normal 9-to-5 job. I couldn't picture myself an average life. Ever since I was 5 or 6, I always figured you only live once. Why would you want to pick something so bland? Just get married and have kids and stay in your hometown for the rest of your life and be a dental assistant. Not that that's great for everyone who's doing that, but I just knew in my heart that that's not what was going to make me happy. So I wanted to figure out, what is going to make me happy? Because addiction and depression and anxiety, they all run very strong in my family, and I didn't want to end up like that. So I started weightlifting. I didn't really get along, I got along with everyone in high school really well, but I didn't really feel a strong connection with people on my level. So I did full-time co-op in grade 12. I already had all my university programs done. I had early acceptance journalism at that point.
Cool.
And and then that gets you out of there too. Very cool. Yeah, and then I just started skipping school basically and going to the gym. And from there, I was alone in the gym. I didn't have a personal trainer. I didn't have a coach. And I just really wanted to get into weightlifting. I saw how strong these women looked, and just the discipline behind their bodies. And I thought that was so attractive, how routine and disciplined they were. So I started.
So it's not even the physical, because I can relate to that.
It's a lot more mental.
Yeah, and that's what I admired about Arnold Schwarzenegger is during the pumping iron phase, is when he talked about missing his father's funeral, all this to be dedicated for his cause. And that's what brought me to weights.
And honestly, that's what it takes. It takes a severe dedication and a severe drive to really be successful. You have to focus on one point and just go for it. So I fell in love with the weights basically because as soon as I started lifting and as soon as I started realizing how strong I was physically, it opened up so many mental doors for me. I realized how strong I am mentally more than physically, and that if I can overcome my mind, that I can overcome anything physically. Like whether that's losing a job or losing a boyfriend or setting a new PR on deadlifts, I could do it if I put my mind to it, and I could get through it. So that's what got me hooked to weightlifting. And then it was like literally within a month of me being at the gym, I was like, I want to do a show. And I was 17, I didn't really know anything about it. And like I said earlier, I don't suggest that because you have to research your coaches, you have to research the sport, know what you're getting into, because bodybuilding isn't health and fitness at all, and that's something I really want to speak up about in the future as well, because I have kind of merged the two within my company. I really want to show people kind of the truth behind bodybuilding as well, because it is not health and fitness.
No.
So I wish that I had been a little more educated when I got into it.
And I absolutely encourage the dedication and everything, but that's cool you're saying that, because the prep and the cut is intense.
It's intense.
There's a lot of stress involved. And that's cool that you're real with that.
Yeah, unless you like eating chicken and asparagus 5 times a day, honestly, don't do a bodybuilding show. That's what it comes down to.
100%.
Yeah, it's not a weight loss transformation, it's bodybuilding, and it's a completely different ballgame. I end up just getting pushed into it because I'm kind of a mental person, and I like pushing myself mentally past what's comfortable.
Your Stairmaster video, it's like, no way. I look at the time, the duration, the steps climb, I'm like, nope.
Yeah. So it's weird, like when people really ask me like how I got into bodybuilding, I don't really know. I fell into the sport through weightlifting, but I became addicted to the discipline that it took, because it literally took my life and just smartened me right up.
Nice.
Like,
very cool.
I needed that as a human being. I need severe discipline or else I would be lost.
And I think a lot of people do, and that's a big trouble, and especially for my generation. Yes, like I'm 30, not much older, but we still had like a lot fewer doors open, so we specified right away. Whereas your demographic, there's so many doors. The internet has opened up everything, and then everybody said you can be anything.
Exactly.
So
it's
very confusing getting out of high school and saying, what do I do?
Yeah, exactly.
And everybody expects you right away.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That's cool you fell into that.
Thank you.
Very
cool.
I
did not expect to be a female bodybuilder at the age of 21.
So, for the audience, if you could please tell us your accomplishments, because I think that's pretty incredible at your age as well.
So, like I kind of said, I got started when I was 17 in health and fitness. And then by the time I was 18, I had competed 3 times, twice in women's bikini, placing, my first show I placed dead last.
Oh, cool.
Dead last, oh yeah. And then my second show I placed 7th out of 13, and then I ended up placing 3rd. I placed 7th out of 13 in figure, 3rd in bikini, but I was so set that I wanted to do figure at that point that I didn't even care that I placed 3rd in bikini. I was like, screw it, I just want to go with figure, I want all the muscle. That was at the age of 18, so that's when I had just jumped into everything, and I really needed to take time to figure out my body, figure out the lifestyle. Yeah, because I didn't.
What's your strength and weakness?
Yeah, and I didn't really have a good support system at all. I didn't have a coach who was one-on-one with me or really warned me what I was getting into. So I didn't realize the aftermath of your hormones and how your body fluctuates after show, and that really freaked me out. So it took a good year of me doing just an off-season program for myself, enjoying life, enjoying health and fitness, falling back in love with the weights again, falling back in love with chicken and rice 5 times a day because it'll wear you out. And then I came back in 2016, so last year, and I surprised everyone. I didn't tell anyone I was prepping for the show, but I did the Coburg show, that's this April. And I ended up placing 1st in figure. I won the figure overall, and then I placed 2nd in bikini. And then...
So good, you got your goal, which is figure.
So I got my goal, which was figure. I still kept bikini for some reason. I just wanted to do it all. Yeah. So then I went to Ontario's, and I placed 1st in figure, and then I also placed 1st in bikini. And because I placed 1st at a provincial level, like through all of Ontario, both categories, naturally as well, I compete in the natural league. I decided to switch to open and see where they wanted me as more of a pro level, because my goal is to become a professional bodybuilder within the next year. I wanted to see, okay, am I more figure, am I more bikini? So I competed in the open level 3 weeks after provincials, and I ended up placing first again in figure. I missed the overall by 1 point, and then I placed second in bikini. So now I am 12 weeks out from nationals, Canadian nationals for figure, and I decided to go figure.
Yeah, good for you. And it's really smart for the audience too, is picking up on what Sarah said is about allowing the judges on the open, which is really smart to be like, okay, what is, because with figure bodybuilding, physique, it's very objective.
It is
to the judges. So if you are going to go against the grain, I don't think you'll succeed as well.
Exactly. And I was worried because I'm a very small person. Like, I know the biggest thing I get when people see my social media is like, wow. And then they see me in real life and they're like, oh wow, you're actually tiny. And I'm like, yeah, I'm 5'0". I step on stage at 98 pounds. So I'm very, very small when I step on stage. My off-season weight is about 113, 112, which is a healthy weight.
Yeah, nice. Especially for that height.
Yeah, especially for my height.
Do you check have you been checked for lean body mass and kind of your fat percentages throughout? Have you done that?
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, so right now I sit at 15%, which is still very low for a woman, but I'm an active woman, so it's healthy.
Yeah.
And then for showtime, for bikini, I typically dial in like 7-8%. For figure, and because I was doing the two together, I was dialing myself down for figure, but because I'm so small, I can pull it off with the posing.
The straight.
Yeah, so that I actually hit 6% body fat,
nice,
which is hard for a girl.
It's hard for women. And you brought that up as hormones.
Yeah.
Which is very different from
and you can't fight your hormones. No.
Which is frustrating, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Especially when you're hitting your chicken and rice, you're hitting your Stairmaster, your 2 times cardio, your concentration, you're probably hitting a sauna.
Yeah.
So
I don't really sauna until about like 2 weeks out, just because I typically
hydrate.
I lean out fairly quickly anyways, but that happens from years of consistency with lifting. So I don't just prep for a show for 12 weeks of the year. I'm training for that show year long.
Yes, and you have to.
You're
like a fighter.
Yeah, exactly.
Fighters they have off seasons on the way they train.
Yeah.
But not training.
Quit. I have off seasons in the way that I allow myself more calories to grow, but I only use a 12-week period to actually deplete myself down. That way I can make it kind of healthy and a lifestyle, because I do, as much as I love bodybuilding, I want to make it maintainable for myself, because I don't want to be that person who blows up 50, 60 pounds after a show. And it is extremely hard.
Jay Cutler was awesome. He was one of the most famous for that. Unfortunately, I'm not versed in very many female bodybuilders, but for my reference on that topic is Jay Cutler. He always stayed within his healthy range for both shows.
And you should, because it's only going to make it harder on your body to try and cut if you gain 40 or 50 pounds between a show anyways.
Mentally too,
mentally, more than anything.
Especially the start.
It's all a mental game. Bodybuilding through and through is completely a mental game. Your body, the discipline that your body shows is all the discipline that's in your head. So whether if you're not on track with your diet, it shows. It's your mental discipline slipping, your body slips. Right? So the stronger you are mentally, the stronger your body will be physically. It'll show that. So I really try and keep it. Like I don't tend to gain more than 20 pounds. In my off season, I might go like a week where I like go ham or something. And it'll fluctuate. Like I said, right after a show, it is normal within the first like 3 weeks, you will notice a 20-pound weight gain, and then my body balances back out, my hormones go back to normal, and I end up sitting.
There's so many spikes. You have insulin spikes because you have
insulin resistance from no carbs and then tons of carbs, and
So you have to be really careful with that. Exciting, very cool.
I know I'm rambling.
No, this is beautiful. I'm really enjoying this. So, what would you say is your biggest contribution to your success?
Okay. Definitely my mindset. Definitely my drive. I read books all the time. Like I read like business and like self-influencing books and like personal development type books. And the biggest thing I've learned with success is to master your mind. And I notice that 110% if I'm having like a week where I feel kind of off, you know, my body shows it, my business shows it, my relationships show it. If I'm feeling strong, everything improves within that as well. So honestly, definitely the reason why I am this far in the game at such a young age is just because I'm so driven. I have a goal. Yeah, and I have a clear vision of where I want to be, how I'm gonna get there, and I don't let my emotions, hunger, tiredness, excuses get in the way. You just have to take action.
That's it. And I noticed your Buddha on your arm.
Yeah.
So you know too, like the obstacles.
Positive energy. Yeah. You always have to put positive energy out there. What you put out there will come back to you, right? I'm a huge believer in that.
100%.
Yeah. Even people who have known me for years say that. Like they're like, wow, I can't believe how much you've grown, and it's because I've always stayed true to who I am, and I've always been a good person. It's very difficult.
Social media is demanding.
It's very difficult.
The demand of trends and every other outside influence is very difficult for you to be like, oh, what am I? Should I be doing this insert trend? Yeah. And it's like, no.
Exactly. And more than anything, I see with it's a hard balance between being a full-time bodybuilding competitor myself, and also being a full-time coach and personal trainer and health and fitness representative. So I think for me, the hardest part of staying true to who I am is there are days I don't want to talk to people at the gym. You know, I think people tend to forget that I'm a human being and that the gym is my therapy, and I go there to put my headphones on and zone out and lift some weights and be my own person. Be me, like let loose. And with my business growing, I am my business, right? My face is my business, so I have to smile, I have to be nice. It doesn't matter if my dog just died, you know, I have to kiss 100%. Everybody's butt.
Because no matter one thing, regardless, then that one person will go to another person.
Exactly.
And that's terrifying.
Yeah, oh it is.
Brittany and I live that right now, actually, and especially I can relate to that for me because I'm an unknown. I've been in Kingston for 2 years. So there's nobody that has a reputation on me. So if I am that grumpy a-hole, it's game over.
It shows on you. That's you right away.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's not this. And if somebody's rude in here, that's me.
Yeah.
This is mine the same way.
Yeah.
And then so very neat. And this is all lining up to the questions actually.
Oh, perfect.
This is really cool. How was Iron Barbie Training born? Like when were you in this process saying, I'm going to be an entrepreneur, I'm going to be successful, and this is what I'm going to do?
Well, when I first started, I definitely didn't think that I was going to be an entrepreneur. I thought I was going to be a professional bikini athlete, and that was about it. And I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do career-wise. Honestly, being the role model, I find, and I didn't get into it to kind of like inspire anybody else. I got into it to grow myself. But when you grow yourself, you grow other people. And because I am a very friendly face and I want other people to grow with me, right? So I would stop and help other people in the gym. And watching the way people reacted with my transformation and seeing their transformations because they were inspired by mine, it honestly just like it opened up my mind of like, wow, like I could actually really do this. Yeah, this is my passion. It's like it's not about me anymore. It's about other people.
Yes.
And I guess that's kind of just how Iron Barbie grew. Was I realized, you know, as happy as this makes me feel, it makes me happier watching other people grow out of it and watching other people, you know, find the same love that I found out of the weights, and finding, honestly, my biggest thing with Iron Barbie is watching women grow into confident beings.
Yeah, cool.
Like
good for you.
Watching people's depression go away and anxiety go away, social anxiety, because they're pushing themselves in the gym and they're now have that confidence from how strong they are in the gym that they can go out and socialize and meet new people, and it really doesn't bother them. The amount of clients I've watched transform their bodies, yes, but transform their mindsets, and to watch every other level of their life change on top of that, job opportunities,
just gonna say, walking into an interview like this opposed to
exactly
like this.
And that's why I'm so passionate about it. So that's how I grew with Iron Barbie, was I realized I know what I'm doing. I really do. You know, I think the biggest thing is having confidence that like you do have something and to go for it, because I was so young. I wasn't sure. Like when I first did my first show, I knew, okay, I want to coach girls like one day and be a coach backstage and do this. But I wasn't sure when. I didn't think I would be doing it yet, that's for sure. I didn't think I'd be 21 and full blown a year and a half later in full-time business. I didn't expect this at all, but it's been a journey, that's for sure.
Cool.
Like, I guess just watching people grow was...
And that's why 100% I asked you here, I want to support other small businesses and entrepreneurs, but yeah, you represent the ethos that is fitness. Integrity, honesty, and you even see it in your opening statement, like this is different than health and fitness.
Yeah.
So I really admire that.
And that's something I've regretted within the past year and a half, not doing more videos and not speaking out, not being...
It's hard.
It is hard because I don't want to scare people away from the sport, right? And it's so contradicting because I do it to myself.
Yeah.
You know, I compete and I put my body in huge depletions in order to step on stage and win.
But it's done with smart training and calculated decisions.
Yeah, and a consistency throughout an overall health and fitness lifestyle that it only takes me 8-10 weeks to really cut and win that show. Yeah. And that's what I wanted to show to women, is you don't have to kill yourself for this. Like, you don't have to go 14 weeks of absolutely dying and then go and gain 50 pounds. I don't want that for anybody. Take small steps, make progression.
Professional athletes.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. And I find that's what needs to be done in powerlifting too, that I see, is they're not treating themselves like professional athletes. Yeah. They say, oh, I'm a powerlifter, I can eat whatever I want. It's like, no. You have to calculate, stretch, warm up, and treat yourself like an athlete. Yeah. Yes, you're specific in 3 lifts. You're specific in your poses and the way you need to build yourself. So let's do this in a professional, proper manner.
Exactly. Day in, day out, and that's in the gym or at home.
Okay, so we're going to ask 2 more questions because then I'm excited for the workout.
Okay, me too.
Is how can people get in touch with you?
Okay.
And then the last question is not names, because I'm sure you have confidentiality, but what was your biggest client success? Like, when you had your clients, what was the transformation, and like, what did that make you feel?
Ooh, I can totally say names. Awesome. And honestly, I've got I can't think of just one girl. Like, I really can't. I've got about 10 who have just completely transformed their lives. It surprises me. There's a couple who I will keep confidential, but they go to Good Life and they know who they are. I see them all the time. Cool. First off, how you can get in contact with me is through social media or my Facebook, which is social media. But Facebook is Iron Barbie Training. You can go to my page and like it. You can send me a message. My email is the best way to get a hold of me, and it is Iron Barbie Training at outlooks.com. You can also add me as a friend on Facebook, so it's just Sarah Wilde. Send me a message through there.
I'm going to interrupt you real quick on that. Awesome social media, Instagram, Facebook. It's checked out, inspirational, and it's honest.
I keep it very honest.
Yeah.
I keep my Instagram and my Facebook more like I should with a blog than I should a personal account. But I really,
it is you.
But it is me. Yeah. So I'm very open. Yeah, I explain things that I'm feeling through my prep, or I'll explain client testimonies. On Iron Barbie Training, the Instagram account, I've also been adding, this has been a huge request within the past year, and I've really been working hard to do it, but adding exercises and doing the hashtag for each exercise. Yeah,
I've been noticing that.
Yeah,
very cool.
So clients can actually...
Time consuming.
Yes.
And I hope you all understand that. That's
I don't get paid to do that.
It's very difficult. You have to have somebody to film you.
Yeah, I film myself a lot of the times because I'm a loner.
And it's hard. You're getting exhausted, and you're like, hey, I have to stop. Take this. So you're taking time away from
your own personal workout
to demonstrate. So make sure you send the love, send the respect, because that's intense. Anyway,
no, that's okay. I really I don't mind and love it, but yeah, that was why I hadn't, was because I'm very old fashioned. It's my workout,
yes.
And I'm here. The reason why people respect me for my training is because I'm not in the gym shooting the shit. You know, I'm actually there training really hard.
Yes.
I'm supersetting everything. I'm drop setting everything. I'm pouring sweat off my face, like makeup and mascara and everything all off my face. But oh man, I'm so ADD. I almost forgot where I was going with that.
Training, social media,
Totally heard that.
and how to.
Oh yes.
And clients.
Yeah, so that's why I hadn't posted any videos, was because I wanted to show people, you know, I'm not here like posting my selfie, I'm here working out.
Yeah.
So it was hard for me to kind of take back and be like, hey, you are here to work out, but you also have to do this as well in order to grow your business, in order to answer all the 5 questions. Yeah, and inspire people. And honestly, the feedback has been amazing. So I'm really excited to move forward with that.
Very professional. It's good.
Thank you.
And especially for me, I watch and like the box jumps yesterday, lunges. It's cool for me because you're helping me be like, hey, like I can assist this human being by showing this movement.
Exactly.
So it's learning, and that's what fitness is. It's teaching each other.
Exactly. There's no one way to do fitness and health at all. There's a million different ways.
Yes.
And like everybody's different. Like no exercise is wrong. It's just there's more efficient way to do it.
Yeah, and purposes. So. Well, like
fun. You can cut this part, but like ask like inspirational, like last line kind of thing. Like what is some advice you would give ladies who want to get into this?
Okay.
Ooh, nice one.
Yeah.
I'm keeping this right there.
No.
Your voice is in there.
That's fine.
Okay, so what I would give advice to ladies, honestly, don't give up. Consistency is your best friend. Like it's hard. It's hard to like dedicate years of your life to this. But health and fitness is something that you have to do every single day. It's not a once in a while type thing. It's not a 4-week diet. It's every single day.
Nice. Thank you. Wow. Yes. It's not 6 weeks to 6 pack.
No.
Beautiful. Thank you. Wow.
Yeah.
Woo. Pumped. You said that. Sorry. I'm really excited. Cool.
You're like, yes, finally someone was honest about it.
Yeah,
and I market 6-week programs. I will tell you, you're not going to get your goal lifestyle, your goal body in 6 weeks. You will be happy with the progress. You can definitely progress a lot in 6 weeks, and you can get abs in 6 weeks depending on where you're already at, right?
Yes.
But in order to maintain those abs for longer than 6 weeks afterwards, you got to keep it a lifestyle. You have to keep it a routine and make it something you enjoy, because if you do not enjoy the routine you're in, you will not keep it up. It's the biggest thing. You'll see people do it all the time. They'll dedicate 6 weeks, 6 months to something. They'll go hard. A year later, they're not doing it at all. Why? Because they didn't thoroughly enjoy it. So make it something you love. Stay consistent with it, and you will forever progress. I promise you.
So on that note.
There you go, and you've got the hip swizzle too. Perfect. Let me see some more butt. Even better. There we go. That shoulder back a little bit, and then chest high. Smile big. Beautiful. I love it. I love the way you open up too. So one thing that I really want to keep for you is how you step forward, you have your foot placed and you look this way and bend your knees. That's perfect. Take your time with it. Okay. Like honestly, awesome. We're only doing one posing session. I want to see more.
Yeah, yes. I know. That's what I've been trying to.
So this negative space has to match this negative space to create that hourglass, right?
Yes.
But that's beautiful. Pop a little bit more, a little bit more. Awesome. Yeah, night and day difference. That's awesome. Okay, let's see your back pose. Straight on here. Forward, 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 and then chest high. Out. Take your thought as a shot. You can even flex your hamstrings a little bit more. Like you want to feel that stretch. Like you're about to do a stiff-legged deadlift almost. Yeah. Right there. Do you feel that? Are you loosening your hamstrings? That's what I want you to remember for the stack pose. Okay? That was perfect. Awesome. Okay. Quarter turn to the right, so it's going to be your second. Oh my god, you're really getting it after one session. That's amazing. Keep that shoulder towards me, and we're going to practice holding this too. Once we get your inventory is perfect, like once you're able to hit those perfectly for the first try, I'm going to get you to hold these for 5 minutes. Okay. Because I want that shoulder more, and you're going to want to hold it like that on stage. You don't want it to tuck back because then it'll instantly hide you again, right? So you'll learn to keep this popped and stay popped. Okay. You see the difference, right? When I go like this compared to when I go like this. So you're gonna wanna just like hello with your elbow. Hi. Beautiful. Pop, pop, pop. Perfect.
So that's the signal. So we're done our workout.
Yeah.
How do you feel about your workout? How do you feel about your working with Shannon today?
Shannon was awesome. Shannon caught on to posing after her second session, and I honestly could not be any more proud of her.
Yeah, that's very good.
Workout was amazing. I was sweating. You can't tell by my shirt. It was drenched about half an hour ago.
Yeah, you're killing it.
Dark gray.
I'm really impressed with your lunges, which I think were really cool. So what I learned from Sarah today on lunges, so I've been doing really shallow lunges, working mostly my quad, but watching Sarah, she took really long, big steps,
yes,
and it engages glute and hams more than the quad.
Yeah, so the shorter your lunge, the more quad focus it's going to be. The longer stride in your lunge, the more stretch you're going to get in your hamstrings. I also taught Arthur to kick up after his
that
lunge.
was really cool.
Yeah,
very, very cool.
You can do a wide lunge and then also kick your leg up and flex the top of your butt, and you can build that glute shelf.
And I enjoy lines, and I consider it the martial art. I think everything that is weightlifting is the same. You have to have correct lines, you have to have good focus and good bracing.
Oh, yes.
So I really enjoyed that line, and I think it's beneficial for any sport because our glutes work on our squats, our deadlifts, our bench even, because we have our heels driving to the ground, our glutes are tight, going into our lats, so it's just another way to make yourself a better athlete. So
yeah, exactly. And something simple like a bodyweight movement can really build that mind to muscle connection. Squeezing your glutes and feeling what it feels like to actually activate your glutes properly, you can move
There's
forward.
a difference, yeah. A lot of people have trouble with that mind-body connection, and especially glutes, hamstrings especially. Like when is that taut or tight period right before you explode through. So it was really nice. And then for me, I just filmed today. For a change, I did not work out.
You told me how to deadlift properly.
That was cool. I like that. It's fun, and I like the bracing exercises. So, any closing points? Last points? Any sponsors or anybody you want to thank or anything? You don't have to.
Actually, I want to thank KH Customs for hooking me up with a figure national suit, and also hooking Shannon up with her first bikini suit.
Yeah, cool. This is Shannon.
Shannon's over here. So thank you so much. That's really cool. And thank you, Arthur, for having me in.
No,
thank you guys for dancing with me and being such good vibes. And I had so much fun.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you so much. So, one community, one family. Let's make this world a little bit better. Like, share, subscribe, and comment below. Thank you.